At age 26, Dan Kerner died of kidney failure, a complication from undiagnosed diabetes. Today, there are 11 million undiagnosed diabetics. Are you one of them? The Dan Project and Defeat Diabetes Foundation, one of America's leading diabetes charities, want you to take their free personal online screening test. So go to defeatdiabetes.org.
After all, what's worse than finding out you have diabetes? Not finding out.
Welcome back. We're talking with the man, Andy Mandel, Mr. Diabetes, who has walked 7,500 miles for diabetes and will walk another 2,500 miles, totaling 10,000 miles to save you from the consequences of diabetes. Andy, let's go right to it. Good news about diabetes?
Yeah, the good news is that we can now profile who's at risk for developing diabetes and prevent it in type 2 cases up to 90% of the time.
Unbelievable. That is good news.
That's very good news.
Talk about the mindset of diabetes.
Yeah, this is the mindset is it's a pet peeve. There are many mindsets, but one of the pet peeves of mine is that people are afraid to make the transition, diabetics that is, to make the transition from oral medications to insulin therapy. This is something that has got to change. We have to end that fear. There are improvements in the insulins. I myself have gone from diet control to oral meds. I am currently on insulin therapy. They have rapid acting insulins now that give so much flexibility that if you need to take insulin, the needles are smaller, they're much thinner. The insulins themselves are much more flexible so that you can take a shot either before you eat, and it's designed to work with your meals, or you can even wait till after 20 minutes.
And because they're longer lasting, you don't have to inject as often during the day.
Well, those are the basal insulins. Yeah, that's another insulin, and there again, I've been able to switch from taking an injection every 6 hours, 6 at night, midnight, 6 in the morning, noon. I had to do that around the clock. Now they have an insulin where you just take one shot and it serves that same purpose and better for every 24 hours.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about preventing diabetes. Number one, website, www.defeatdiabetes.org.
Yeah, it's a wonderful resource. We have over 2,000 pages of information on diabetes there. We offer a 2-minute screening test. I urge everybody, whether you're at risk or not, get onto the website, take that 2-minute screening test. It's a point evaluation. If you score high, well, then you need to see your specialist.
That's step 2. See the specialist.
See the specialist. It's an endocrinologist. They will administer a very specific test to determine. It's a blood test to determine if you are diabetic.
Okay.
And that blood test is the A1C test.
Critical.
Absolutely
Step 3,
critical.
Proper nutrition.
Proper nutrition for a diabetic, you absolutely need that. It's a matter of getting 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, brown rice, grains, oats, things of that, and all the healthy stuff that we all learned in the first grade.
And physical activity.
Physical activities, well, you see what I'm doing. Walking is a great physical activity. There are a number of other activities you can do, everything from gardening to just taking a stroll. It's movement, it's getting out there. Walking is great, all you need is proper footwear, but I have to caution everybody, before you begin any kind of a program, Rob, you absolutely need to consult with your physician and work with your medical team.
Fair enough. Now, the key question. Do they walk the 10,000 miles to start, or do they walk a mile or 2?
I would suggest walking a mile or 2 at first and forget about the 10,000. Just get out there, stay healthy, enjoy the environment. It's a wonderful activity.
Fair enough. Please don't go away. We have lots more to talk about. Let us stay together. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Dan Kerner was only 26 years old when he died. He was a real outdoorsman. He loved his family and friends, and he was in the peak of health, or so he thought. On August 15th, 2003, Dan Kerner died of kidney failure, a complication from undiagnosed diabetes. Today, there are 11 million undiagnosed diabetics. Are you one of them? Dan's family doesn't want his death to have been in vain, so they've started the Dan Project, or Diabetes Awareness Now. Their message, the importance of early detection. The Dan Project and Defeat Diabetes Foundation, one of America's leading diabetes charities, want you to take their free personal online screening test to see if you're one of the many millions at risk. To take the test, log on to the Dan Project at defeatdiabetes.org.
After all, what's worse than finding out you have diabetes? Not finding out.
Welcome back. We're talking with Andy Mandel, Mr. Diabetes. Mr. Diabetes, let's talk about some real critical things. See if we can get through all of them. Number one, know your risk factors.
Yeah, very clearly, Rob. We don't have much time right now, so I would suggest people go to the website and you'll find all the information on the risk factors right there.
Okay. Number two, awareness plus action equals prevention. What does that mean?
That means that knowledge is king. Let's find out what diabetes is about. With that knowledge, we can take the appropriate action. With that appropriate action, we can reach that 90% prevention level.
Number three, and we've mentioned it numerous times in this half hour, we've talked about that website, www.defeatdiabetes.org.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
We've put a lot of time into making this one of the, probably the best resource on diabetes information to the general public. We are monitoring diabetes developments all over the world on a daily basis. And if it's pertinent to diabetes, it's on that website within 72 hours. Use that as a resource. If you have any questions that you don't find the answers to on that website, get on your keyboard. The website's interactive. Somebody will get back with an answer to your question.
I've heard you say to people, you need an answer. You call me 24/7, 365.
Yeah, that's right.
You mean it, don't
Oh,
you?
absolutely, absolutely. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, New Year's Eve. I keep that phone by my head. If I'm awake and I hear that phone, I'll answer it. If I don't, well, voicemail will catch it, and I'll get back.
The person who's watching you right now just heard that and said, come on, if I call him, is he really going to call me back?
Yeah.
All right. But the easiest way to get you is the email?
The website is the best way. It helps to handle the traffic that comes into me, and I'm better able to manage my time. A lot of times I'm on the road, and the traffic, walking, and the noise from traffic will interfere with any communication. So if somebody contacts me, by the website, then I can answer them even in the middle of the night without disturbing anybody else.
Fair enough. You say diabetics are not helpless nor hopeless.
Well,
Explain.
that's true. We're not helpless or hopeless. If we follow the right rules, the three-legged stool, proper medical oversight, that means an endocrinologist, proper nutrition, that means 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, and physical fitness, all three of those will work to make people able to do what I'm doing. You need your medical team, absolutely, and don't not pay attention to them. You need that. I need it. We all need it.
Goal of 10,000 miles, 7,500 behind you, three-quarters of the walk,
Yeah.
2,500 to go. What's next?
Well, right now I'm focused on this. I really don't think too much beyond, but I have been invited to walk Japan. I've been invited to walk Europe. I've been invited to participate in a 40-mile swim, I understand. It's a relay off the coast of California. I think they call it the Catalina Swim. I'm not sure. But right now, my focus is on this walk, and that's where it's going to stay until we cross the finish line back in Madeira Beach, Florida.
A real quick question, because follow up to what you just said, the reason the other Europe and Asia is so important is because the numbers we've been talking about, when you leave the United States, the numbers explode geometrically beyond that.
Oh, it's scary. The World Health Organization has published, by the time that this country goes from 21 million diabetics to 66 million in the year 2025, the world diabetic population is going to jump from a current 177 million to 366 million people worldwide. It is not only going to tear this country apart, it could break down the whole world.
God bless you. Continued success.
Thank you.
please be well. Best of luck. Finish your walk. We will talk again.
We will. Thank you so much.
The
Thank you.
best of luck. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for being here with us.